Are you an aspiring YouTuber who wants to create a WWE 2K universe mode using universe mode? You've come to the right place because I'm going to teach you how to create the best universe mode ever, YouTuber edition. You guys want to reach the success of the universe modes like Murphs, Brendan Plays, Delzinski, or Goran Perkins? I'm going to teach you how to be like no one. I'm going to give you step 1. Decide what universe mode you want. Do you want to do a comedic universe mode like Goran Perkins?
I don't think so. Never be
God! Oh, jeez.
Or do you want to do a more serious, story-driven one like Murphs?
Lesnar caught him! Oh my god! The sheer power! And a second F5!
Or you could do both, which Goran Perkins happens to do. Now the next thing I want you guys to do is create a show intro. You guys can like turn them off in the game, but here's an example of a show intro used for the game. You can choose to create something like that, or you can choose to do like a real life one like I used to do. I suggest it can take up to like maybe 20 minutes, maybe an hour. It won't take too long, but if you want to create the best universe mode, spend some time. I want to spend some time talking about custom arenas, custom championships, attires, and things like that. I recommend creating your own custom attires, but if you're too lazy, you can always go into community creations. And if you need to update your attires regularly for superstars, go into community creations. I don't know why it's taking so long to load right now. And if you need someone like King Corbin, here's a custom attire right here. Or if you needed like a custom like Bailey attire, custom Bailey attire is right here. Custom arenas, I also recommend you do yourself. However, you can still download those as well as long as you get permission. Some of you might not even want to do any custom arenas, but I suggest you do it because like, dude, pizzazz! Look at this amazing SmackDown Live arena from like 2099 this guy made. This is an example of an arena used by official JRJ and whoever created it. Custom championships are also now patched in the game, and like I said again, I recommend creating custom championships, especially like this one. You can even take advice from me and do custom interviewers as well. Look at here, guys, I even have custom security officers. This was from Community Creations though, I didn't create these guys myself. Next example I want to go over is roster size. Now, if you're doing big shows like Raw and SmackDown, my recommended roster size is 35 to 50. And again, that all depends on the length of your show. If you're going to do a show that's like an hour and a half, yeah, that's a pretty good roster size. If your show's an hour, you would probably do the same thing. However, if the show's a little bit more minor, like let's say 205 Live, I would say no. Okay, this is a bad example because I put 41 here. But I would say no less than 35. But then again, since you're a YouTuber making this content, this is all up to you. I have no control over who you should put on your roster. That is up to you and your personal preference. As far as the pay-per-views go, whatever show you're doing, dual branded, single branded, whatever, that is all up to you. Why do I say 35 to 50? Well, you gotta include your women and your tag teams. A lot of people just say, oh, well, I'm just gonna draft a single superstar. The way that we like to do our drafts is we like to draft single superstars, tag teams, and women separately. We actually end up using the entire in-game roster though. As YouTubers, we need to schedule our shows. We need to schedule when our shows are on. So some people take a little bit more time than others, and I think that depends on the quality of your show and how many shows you're doing. Me personally, when I launch my universe mode, it's gonna be like 2 shows, and then the pay-per-view is gonna come. We're gonna try to release them as much as possible, but some of you guys are doing 3 shows and you're including NXT. Some of you guys are even including 205 Live. It depends on how much work you're honestly willing to put in to make these shows the best that they can possibly be. I recommend doing like maybe like a 1-hour show and taking about like a week to do each show. Now, I also recommend having a partner, but some of you guys don't have a partner and some of you guys are doing this on your own. Me personally, I have a partner who does a specific show. I will be making a separate video on how to do a co-op universe mode. But for those of you guys who are just riding it single, I recommend you honestly do 2 shows. Maybe 3 if you're really willing to put in the work. If you really want, you can also do 205 Live, but I don't know if I recommend doing that. I recommend just merging NXT and 205 Live if you're gonna do anything like they do in real life. Like as far as a real life schedule, you can do Mondays are the Raw days, and Fridays are SmackDown, Thursdays are NXT, Wednesdays are 205 Live, and if you could do that all in 1 week, I honestly applaud you, because I don't know how that's physically, remotely possible. And you can obviously schedule your pay-per-views how you want, whether or not you want to do like 2-week builds, 4-week builds, that's all up to you. I recommend just waiting it out and having as much build as possible before your pay-per-view begins. Make sure your schedule is set the right way. I believe the in-game schedule is like 48 weeks. If you want my advice, I suggest doing Raw and SmackDown and just pay-per-views as well. Now, real quickly, I want to talk to you guys about editing software. If you guys are making a universe mode and you want to grow and you really want to build off of it and you want to be successful, I recommend putting in the money that you could and investing in a service like Adobe Premiere or like anything that you can pay for. What I personally do is I edit for free using iMovie. So I have an iPhone XR and it works really well with iMovie. I basically use things like Dropbox, iMovie. I literally use like a TubeBuddy extension to edit my thumbnails, along with something else that I'll mention later on in the video. Basically, I record using my PS4. I live stream with my PS4 on a random Twitch account that, you know, it's anonymous. And then I export it to my computer, and then I export it to my Dropbox, and then I have the Dropbox app, so I download that Dropbox video onto my phone, and then I edit it using iMovie. If you have a MacBook Pro, I suggest using your computer and not your phone, but I don't have a MacBook Pro yet, so I have to use my phone. It'll probably be way easier if you guys don't use iMovie. However, iMovie is my free alternative to editing my universe mode videos. And I've been doing it for like a little over 2 years. That's actually how I edit all my videos right now. I use iMovie, and I feel like it works pretty well for me, especially if you're just doing WWE 2K content. iMovie's really not that bad at all. However, if you have Android, I'm pretty sure you can use things like KineMaster. And KineMaster has a watermark which you'd have to pay for to get it off, but I don't think it's very expensive. And other than that, that's pretty much all you need to do if you want to edit them. If you don't want to edit them, it's not really going to look very good when you post it on YouTube. Again, the way that I edit is hard. I suggest maybe asking the other YouTubers for advice on what they use to edit their videos, on if you should invest in money into making them. But if you're a beginner, maybe don't do that. I suggest asking the other YouTubers that information. To be honest, guys, the best way to edit your thumbnails is probably using something like Photoshop or GIMP. Here's what I do. I use an extension called TubeBuddy. TubeBuddy is an extension that really helps out YouTubers, and I recommend everyone to have it, whether they're making the thumbnails or not. I recommend everyone has TubeBuddy anyway. I use TubeBuddy to edit my thumbnails, but in order to find out what I'm editing, I use the in-game highlight reel, and that is what causes me to make good thumbnails. Here's a clip. Here is his beautiful face. See, look at that. The entire video of that goes over how to like position things to get the right thumbnail, to get the right funny thumbnail, and I will leave that video in the link in the description for you guys to watch the whole thing. It's only like 3 minutes long. And congratulations, as a YouTuber, you have all the tools necessary in order to create the best universe mode on YouTube. I have other videos that are exactly like this, and they go over even more details. Something else that I would like to add is to be unique, but I think everybody knows that they want to be unique. That is pretty much all up to your brain. What kind of storylines do you want to create? You know, that's all up to you. How do you be unique? How do you set yourself away from the rest? How do you set yourself off from the rest of the audience? How do you make your audience happy? And what can you do to make the best universe mode of all time? There are some really, really good universe modes out there that utilize the steps that I've been saying, and some of them don't, because some of these suggestions that I have are brand new. I have a universe mode coming out soon. I don't know how long it's gonna last, but I hope you guys watch it and I hope you guys enjoy it. This series has been the most successful series on my channel, and I cannot thank you guys enough for giving me so much support on all of those videos, and that is why I keep making them. The next ones that are probably going to come out are going to be done by my friends, or, you know, I'll figure it out. There's a couple more ideas that I want to do, such as how to create the best co-op universe mode and things like that. You guys can watch the other videos on how to create the best universe mode playlist. And if you have any more other questions, make sure to leave them down in the comments below. And don't be afraid to talk to other creators too. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys can like the video, that would be amazing. It helps me and it helps the YouTube algorithm decide to suggest these videos to you guys. Also, subscribe. Thank you for watching. Hold on! Stop! Before you do anything, you gotta check out the Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. It's pretty freaking cool. Nick Inspo is on everything because I'm not an idiot. So Nick Inspo, follow me everywhere. I'm interactive on everything and I'm active on everything. So check me out.